when I see my baby. What do I see? Poetry, poetry in motion. Poetry in motion, walking by my side. Her lovely locomotion keeps my eyes open wide. Poetry in motion, see her gentle sway.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome
morning.
to Connect Up on Saturday, the 22nd of February, and to Poetry in Motion. One thing we ought to point out, ought we not, is the fact that this week we've been so much more productive.
Well,
Can you think of two reasons why that may be the case?
I'm not going to say
You're not
anything at
going to say
all
anything
for
at
fear
all.
of getting into trouble.
Right, anyway, we kicked off with Poetry in Motion because the lead in today's issue of Connect Up is about that very thing, about poetry, and it's all to do with the opening or the building or the constructing of a national poetry centre, which is based on the edge of the campus of the University of Leeds, and it's housed in a former church. Anyway, have a read about that and about poetry and poetry in the Bible. So there we go. So that's a little bit about this morning's lead. Over to you to
Everything
whet
you-
everybody's appetite.
all the words that come out of your mouth into my ears are like poetry to
Sheer
me.
poetry.
Yeah.
Yes.
If there's one thing you learn about being a curist, it's how to suck up to the
Especially,
T-Rector.
especially when it comes to references.
Yeah, quite your reference season for new jobs.
Yes. Right. Tell everybody about yes.
Tomorrow's worship, we're closing in on Lent thick and fast, aren't we?
Yes.
So second before Lent.
I'm thick. He's fast.
Lots of worship happening across our parishes tomorrow. In particular, you might want to note that because it's the last Sunday of the month, we have our churches together in Tenterden service. That's being hosted by us this time up at St Michael's Church at 6 p.m. And we've popped together a nice contemplative Celtic evening service. So if you fancy that, it's at St Michael's 6 p.m. tomorrow.
Yes, and now I'm going to go from this very spot to buy cake and biscuits for refreshments tomorrow. So hopefully that will entice you along
So
as well as
if our
the
act of worship isn't good enough,
good enough, yeah,
cake
quite.
and biscuits.
Yes, that's right. And picking bits and pieces out of our full programme of services, Sunday the 2nd of March at 6 o'clock, there will be a Snowdrop and Primrose celebration. And that will be at St Mary the Virgin Stone in Oxney. And it says here, join us for evening worship with music and poetry, hymns, readings and prayers, all followed by refreshments. You can't get away from refreshments, can you? Do you want to say about fun and pancakes while we're on about food and worship?
Yes, Fun and Pancakes, another Churches Together initiative, which is going to be happening on Shrove Tuesday. This will be hosted by Church on the Build in the former Methodist Church building on the High Street. It's going to take place from 3:30 p.m. So it's plenty of time for school pickup. So all are very, very welcome. And we're going to have some fun consuming pancakes
Yes.
and praising God.
And it says, build your own pancake with friends. Right.
I think there was some sort of talk about a clergy pancake race, but whether that will come to fruition, we shall see. But you'll have to be there to find out whether it does or not.
It's like walking football. I think pancake. It's like trying to find anybody that can run amongst the clergy these days.
It's going to be the most thrilling moment on earth.
Right. Oh dear. Ash Wednesday follows Shrove Tuesday, of course. There will be two services to mark Ash Wednesday and the beginning of Lent. And they will be at St Michael's Church at 10 o'clock and at Wittersham Church at 7 o'clock. That's in the evening, of course. And both services will include the optional imposition of ashes.
Then on Friday the 7th of March, we're going to be marking the Women's World Day of Prayer. So that's going to be held at St Andrew's Church, 2 p.m. So if you want to come along, the act of worship we're following is brought to us from the Cook Islands. So if you want to come along and celebrate the World Day of Prayer, St Andrew's Church at 2 p.m, Friday 7th of March.
Yeah, that's good. And there's just one place on our canal boat retreat, one place left. The retreat begins on the 16th of June and ends on the 23rd of June. And the cost will be £250 plus food costs. A terrific bunch of people. I can't think of a better bunch of people to be going away on a canal boat week retreat week with for a week. Get my words in the right order. Ultra relaxing, good spiritual content, great fun and a good laugh, and pub meals thrown in as well. So one place left and it's just for you, so do get in touch if you would like to come on it. We'll talk about tins, yes.
We need to boost donations to the food bank. Now, during the week, Lindsay's very generously been hosting the food bank collection point in your porch, haven't you?
Yes.
But on a Sunday, when we have the Tenterden St Mildred's services in the church hall, the food bank box is there present. So please do still bring in your donations. We're specifically looking at the moment for tinned goods. So if you could bring tinned goods with you to our Sunday services into the hall and place them in the box. If you're not quite sure where it is, ask someone and I'm sure you'll be directed. It would be much appreciated.
Yeah, I think I'm right in saying that all our churches have got collection boxes in.
Yes.
So you know, it's not, you don't just have to come to St Mildred's Hall to drop off your tin on a Sunday morning. All our churches, I think, have that facility, so that's really good.
Yes, I thought it was worth mentioning St Mildred's specifically.
Well, yes, because it's
sort of up in the air situation we have at the moment, but
yes.
It's good to know that it's available during the week.
That's true. Yes, and coming up at Newenden Church on the 6th of March, it's hosted by the Friends of Newenden Church, Tales from Local History by our own revered Ed Adams, and he's going to be talking about all matters historical. The talk will last about 45 minutes. It starts at noon, and then the suggestion is that afterwards you might like to repair either to Nibbles or to the White Hart for lunch. And the talk is free, but donations welcome, and all the money goes to the Friends of Newenden Church. A little bit about Cross Purpose, and you can introduce the birthdays if you want, which is always exciting. So Cross Purpose is the overall title for a series of reflective services for Lent and Holy Week. Saturday mornings during the season of Lent. The first one starts on the 8th of March. That's when the first one is. And they then go through into Holy Week as well. And the 30-minute acts of worship will be followed by optional breakfast in the church, in which the worship happens to be taking place. So have a look at that. All the services are at 9 o'clock, 30 minutes of worship, which takes you to 9:30 of course, and then the breakfast follows that. And these are great fun, and well, not great, just great fun, great opportunities to meet and to worship together, and we get good numbers. So there we are. So that's Cross Purpose. Right, do you want to, if I light the candles, do you want to tell everybody whose birthday it is today, or this week?
Last week we had the birthday of our very own Caroline Bacon.
We dropped a clanger there.
Who...
That's going to cost us an expensive lunch, you realise that? You do realise that. Anyway, so we'll light a candle for Caroline.
We're very much looking forward to seeing Caroline back in the office next week.
Yes.
And also upon Jeanette's return, because she's been away this week as well. We're also looking forward to being much more productive next week.
Even more productive than we've been this week.
Yes.
What? So when was Caroline's birthday? That was Tuesday.
That was Tuesday last week.
Right, okay, yeah.
Happy to share a birthday with my dad.
Oh, right, okay.
So, yes. Now, Barry Payne has his birthday coming up on Tuesday.
This Tuesday.
He's like...
Yeah, and he's 94 this year.
His stuff with Ian Sewell, Jane Hitchens and Stephen Pusey. The other three birthdays we have.
And a seal, one for her, one for Jane Hitchens, our wonderful Small Hive PCC Secretary, and Stephen Pusey, our wonderful Director of Music at Tenterden. Is that it?
I believe so.
Wonderful.
Got any anniversaries?
What a select bunch. Right. Okay. So,
Find the banner.
yeah, are you ready? Oh, God, hang on. Right, you ready? Let's ignite Vesuvius in the middle.
Oh, straight away.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, so poetry in motion again, here we go. Right, and happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Caroline, Barry, Inez, Jane and Stephen, keep up. Happy birthday to you. Maybe we should rehearse that.
Oh, I was there with Caroline, then there's a gap between her and the next name.
Exactly.
I got lost.
No, never mind.
Yeah, happy birthday to
Yes,
you all.
have a lovely day. Right, okay, so there's old Johnny Tillotson with his poetry in motion. Hope you have a poetic weekend, and hopefully see you tomorrow. But if not, have a lovely couple of days. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Shall we go then?
See you soon.
Right, hold on. Here we go. Here he is.
Poetry in motion. See her gentle sway. I'll wave out on the ocean. Could never move that way. I love every movement. There's nothing I would change. She doesn't need improvement. She's much too nice to rearrange. Poetry in motion.